Hi everyone, I am Andrea from the Natural Capital Singapore Valuation Team. In this video, I would like to share with you about the equity of urban regulatory ecosystem service distribution in Singapore and explore the importance of maintaining environmental justice in the age of sustainable development. These are the key points that will be covered in this video. Like many cities around the world, Singapore faces urgent urban climate issues such as urban heat island effect, pollutions, and increased flood risk. This makes urban nature spaces crucial in providing regulatory ecosystem services to help us mitigate these issues. However, the provision of regulatory ecosystem services tend to be highly localized based on the location of urban nature spaces. This is why environmental injustice is a cause for concern because the distribution of nature spaces in the city is often uneven. Various studies in the past have shown that environmental injustice can subsequently arise as the disadvantaged communities often suffer disproportionately more from lower provision of and access to nature spaces and also higher exposure to natural hazards and pollution. In the age of sustainable development, global policy frameworks have attempted to secure greater provision of urban ecosystem services in future cities. Goal number 11 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals gives cities impetus to pursue sustainable urban development in a just and inclusive way. In light of Singapore's diverse population, our study therefore sets out to investigate if urban regulatory ecosystem services are equitably distributed among Singapore's demographically pluralistic population. Our study is done using high-resolution ecosystem service maps of Singapore and also household-level social demographic data. We first observed the spatial distribution of regulatory ecosystem services and found that the south and west of Singapore tend to have relatively higher supplies of regulatory ecosystem services than the rest of Singapore. This is slightly linked to the presence of nature spaces. We then employed two methods of equity assessment, horizontal and vertical inequality analysis. And the results shows that there's very little evidence that regulatory ecosystem services are inequitably distributed in Singapore. Taking the air quality regulation service as an example, the horizontal inequality analysis shows that none of the demographic characteristics show significance. And based on the vertical inequality analysis, the Gini coefficient of air regulation service supplied to our sample population is 0.199. This indicates close to perfect equality in distribution. This shows that based on our study, no specific demographic group in Singapore is disproportionately disadvantaged or privileged in terms of urban regulatory ecosystem service distribution. Overall, this suggests that early integration of environmental management strategies into urban development plans play a pivotal role in allowing Singapore to maintain a relatively equitable distribution of regulatory ecosystem services. These urban development strategies include socio-economic and ethnic desegregation in terms of residential estates to prevent the formation of enclaves, which was a prominent driver of environmental injustice. On top of all this, Singapore has also been increasing the quantity and quality of our urban nature infrastructure. That includes increasing and maximizing park provision to all residents. But of course, moving forward, further enhancement of ecosystem service provision can and should still be explored by increasing the complexity of the constructed landscape so that cities can continue to increase climate resilience and urban sustainability.